Now that the underside of the house is closed in, which is super exciting, it's time for me to reenact my Patio Mister fire resistance ring. I'm going to put it up a little bit differently this time. Last time I had it surrounding the entire perimeter of the house down at the foundation level because that was open. Now I'm going to specifically work on protecting this area up behind me, which is kind of our outdoor grilling zone. And in the summer, which is prime grilling time, as I'm sure you all know, it's also prime fire time. So I'm going to ring that whole situation with these patio misters. Now, I don't have much of a structure to attach to. I can use the trees, but they're a little bit too far apart to do the trick totally. So I bought these stands, which I haven't installed fully yet, from Amazon. Yes, I know, judge me. They are meant to hold up lighting. They have this kind of top piece on them there that you're supposed to put string lights through, but I don't see any reason whatsoever that I can't put the patio misters through there. As I'm working on this, I am seeing little trouble spots where probably my darling goats have tried to have a taste. So I'm going to take my knife, cut this back, draw this out, which takes some work. They lock in there pretty well by design, and then just shove the clean end back in. So now we have a clean stretch of tubing running into this fitting here. And the other thing that I have done is that because this one's right next to the deck, they come with clamps and you do want to secure them. Now the directions, say to secure it to a fence. I clearly do not have a fence, but this will work just fine. It's at least going to be added security from those darling goaties over there.
Who chomped the tube?
Yes, they are quite destructive. Good thing they're cute. All right, I'm working on the second stake, and the ground where I'm putting it is hard, of course. Ideally, I would have done this a few months back when it was still moist and soft, but here we are. So here's what I'm doing. You never want to hammer directly down on top of some kind of metal like this, especially with a threaded end, because it'll deform it and mess it up. So I'm putting, first of all, a piece of scrap wood on top, and then I've got my dead blow hammer, and the dead blow hammer helps to transfer the energy better down into the stake itself and drive it into the ground. While I'm doing that, the end of that stake is going into the wood slightly. That's actually perfectly fine. The wood is nice and soft by comparison, so it'll help preserve the shape of that threaded end. The ground behind the house here is on a slope. So I adjusted the stakes so they're different lengths so that the height of the mister is actually pretty constant. So the directions say you should have 5 segments between the top piece and the bottom piece. Over here, I added an extra one because it takes a dive down there by the porch. And so that one's super tall. And then one less over here. That one up there is the shortest one. And then we go through the trees. And then down here is another short one. So worked out really, really nicely. I didn't have to shorten my span at all. I was able to clean up some extra pieces. I have moved now to using the trees for support. And in this particular case, I'm going to go to that dead stick right there. I am short, so I need a cheater stick to help me out. Now I could go get the ladder and set it up and everything, but I don't know if you've noticed, we live on pretty uneven terrain, and ladders are kind of dangerous most of the time. So anything you can do from the ground is better. Here is how this works. You hook the tubing or wire or whatever it is that you're doing over that notched end of the cheater stick. You definitely want a notch, otherwise it won't work so well. And then you just hook it around there and release, and there we go. Easy peasy. And we are in business. So if I go all the way around, we are nice and misty. I'm super excited about it above the hammock there. That's going to be amazing on hot days.